Today, I want to talk about how nothing is wrong with you. Um, a lot of times when you come from an inadequate household, unhealthy, unstable, toxic, abusive, whatever you want to call it, when you don't come from a healthy family dynamic and structure, um, you think something is wrong with you, or if you like have controlling siblings, relatives, parents, or parent figures, they try to tell you that something is wrong with you. For me, it was social anxiety, depression, and anxiety disorders, and panic, and all that. And it's just the fact that I'm not around people who add to me. I'm not around people who are good, pure, stable, considerate. You know what I mean? I'm not in a healthy environment. So, a lot of times we think things are wrong with us and we go through life and some people, whether whether you are on the receiving end of it or not, being in a toxic household relationship, whatever the case may be, some people like really think that something is wrong with them, and for toxic people involved, they who could also be victimized, they, because they toxic, or whether they not even victimized or not, it's just like being toxic, it's like a personality trait, and they use it as like a crutch. And it's really sad because it's not that nothing is wrong with them, they just stagnant and not willing to heal and not willing to move forward, and it's really sad. But for people who are like, coming out of it, healing and growing, nothing is wrong with you. A lot of times you think that, oh, I'm doing this, and I'm and I seen one thing, and this is what I'm going to talk about. Like, I seen one thing, and it was like, oh, I cured my depression. And it's like, you never had depression. Um, it's just you in a better space now, you're not around these friends who used to tell you that you was ugly and not acknowledge you and call you, embarrassing. You're not around your parents who told you that you are not good enough unless you bring home that trophy that doesn't say participation on it. You know what I mean? So you didn't cure depression because you never had it. It was just, and that loud ass TV in the background. um but you didn't cure your depression because you didn't have depression. You thought you had depression. You know what I mean? Because when you do Google searches, feeling deep feelings of sadness, it means you have a mental illness and a disorder. And you can feel depressed and down and in a deep mood of sadness, and you don't have to be depressed. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you have a mental illness. And in this case, whether it's on a, regardless of what level it is, whether you're religious or spiritual or not, you're just around bad energies. You're not around people who are conducive for you. You're not around people who help you. You're not around people who want to see you do better. You think you have cured your depression because, you know, you did this, that, and the third, but look at the scales now. You're not fighting for attention when you didn't bring home that trophy. You not, trying to be seen in a group of friends no more. You don't have those friends no more. You know what I mean? Those so-called friends. Um, you're not around these people who don't help you. They don't do anything for you. You know what I mean? So it's just, a lot of times we think things are wrong with us, and we think that we are fixing things that are wrong with us, but nothing is wrong with you. And to the people who thinking that they have cured their depression, you did cure something, but it wasn't depression. You healed, and you freed yourself. You no longer around those relatives who are trying to force you to be straight. You know what I mean? You no longer around these friends who are transphobic. You no longer around, you know parents who want you to be parental so that they can quote unquote enjoy themselves or quote unquote live their life. You know what I mean? And that's something else, like, because it's nothing wrong with parents are people. You know what I mean? So it's nothing wrong with them wanting to enjoy their money and do what they want to do, but in a toxic perspective, it's used in a very neglectful, dismissive, fucked up way. And and then it's time for you to really understand that people are people. They just have this parent addition to their identity now. And when when you remove parent and see them as a person, it's just like, damn, like this isn't love, this isn't adequate, this is not a safe space physically, emotionally, etc., etc. um and so, yeah, don't think that anything is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are perfect, you are fine. You know what I mean? It's not you, it's them. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of times people, it's that saying where it's like, it's not you, it's me. But no, in a toxic household relationship, whatever you want to call it, toxic, unhealthy, inadequate, abusive, unnatural, like some really fucked up stuff, like whatever you want to call it, relationship, environment, family dynamic, um it's them, it's not you. um so don't think that anything is wrong with you, and do what you got to do to get out, to find real people, you know what I mean? Or to be open to receiving real people, which I guess that is another conversation. But continue being yourself, continue learning and growing, bettering yourself, continue healing, journaling, um, continue continue growing into your best self, you know what I mean? Like, continue being authentic, because that makes you untouchable. You know what I mean? That makes you who you are. Being who you are makes you who you are. And you know that is something too. It shows all of the people who you thought like you needed to put in more effort, or you just need to do something different. So I think that's it. And yeah, just keep going, keep growing, keep healing, and keep being you. And wherever this voice note or voice recording goes, that is the reason why I started my creative endeavor. I'm not going to call it a business, but it's specifically to help black people, black queer people, to continue growing, being open to receiving love and healing and bettering. So journals, I have journals, and a lot more things, like shirts and things like that. But yeah, and you're not alone. So that's another thing I wanted to say, because I'm trying to get out of an environment too that's not really conducive for me. And wherever this, like I said, wherever this recording, voice note, wherever it goes, I do have a GoFundMe, which I will put or link or comment somewhere. So just thank you, for being you. Thank you for listening, if you have listened completely, and just keep going. I'm telling myself, as I'm telling whoever is listening, um, nothing is wrong with you. And I feel like I just need to add this in here too, for like, for everybody who is gay, queer, genderless, agender, non-binary, a person of trans experience. um, you are worthy. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not wrong. um you are not the unnatural, inadequate one. You are very much pure. You are of the highest vibrations that the universe can send out. You know what I mean? Like, you are grace. You are wonderful. You are beautiful energy, and nothing is wrong with you. You don't need to change, have a baby, get a surgery, um pick a gender, pick a pronoun, pick a name, be a girl, be a boy, be straight. You don't have to do all of that shit, because it's gonna hurt you, and that is abuse and manipulation and harm in itself, on many, many, many levels, and it is very traumatizing in itself. And don't be around people who want to convert you or coerce you or pressure you or force you, manipulate you into being the opposite of your authentic self. Um, so I love you. Continue being you. And if you feel that you are able to, you can help me out, by donating. Or, you could, get a journal to continue helping yourself, but also support me as well, um, so that I have some funds to get me and my cat out of this environment and into our own space. Um, but more so for you, I don't want, of course, like the journals and everything, it gives me a little bit of money. Like it gives me some money because it's a sale, but it's just for helping y'all, helping us. Um, and, you know, it's much more deeper than money, but just know that, you know, keep going. I love you. And that's so cliche, but I know this has went on for longer than 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 5 minutes. Um, but yeah, you got this. We got this. And it's going to be greater things coming to us and happening for us and surrounding us really soon and permanently. This is not, these environments are not meant for us to grow. They meant for us to survive, and you are not to live in survival mode. You are to live in love, peace, grace. You know what I mean? And have it surround you all the time. You know. But yeah, and that's it. I think that's really much all I gotta say. So yeah, I love y'all. Be better, continue doing better, and that's it.